Support for the following message come from LinkedIn Ads. With LinkedIn Ads, you can reach professionals relevant to your business. Target them by job title, industry, company, and more by launching your next campaign with a free $100 ad credit at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
You find yourself listening to yet another of our resuscitated episodes, and usually we cut the ads out of these, the sponsor messages.
Yeah, because we're not making any money on these. No one is.
But this time, I don't know. The ads tell us about something about where we were, at least where I was in my life at the time we recorded them, and so we're going to leave them in for the historical record.
For Ian reliving and reprocessing his trauma.
If Stamps.com and Blue Apron, if those companies exist, I'm actually not sure if they still exist.
I don't know. Yeah.
You're welcome to send us money directly.
But please don't send us any meal kits.
Hey, Christina, what can we help you with?
Well, the other day I was taking a study break, and I was just sitting and watching some kind of TV show. I don't even remember what it was. And the characters happened to be looking through an old baby book and looking through pictures of presumably the characters when they were little. And I was just wondering, well, where did they get these pictures from? And were they actually photoshopped, or are these actually the actors' pictures as kids? Or what is the whole background behind making pictures in movies and TVs?
It's fun to think about, like, a director needing to call, like George Clooney's mom to get his elementary school photos.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, right? I mean, George Clooney, he was a kid once.
Yeah.
He probably did kid stuff, played t-ball.
Handsome t-ball.
And then if they can't find pictures, did they use, like, maybe their stunt doubles when they were kids?
Oh, good idea.
Well, this is an interesting question. We're gonna try and get to the bottom of it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I think we have somebody who can help you with this question. She's on the line with us now. Carla, can you introduce yourself for us?
Oh, I'm Carla Danes, and I'm the mom of Claire Danes and her brother Asa.
On the off chance you don't know who she's talking about, Carla is Carla Danes, mother of Claire Danes, star of Homeland, My So-Called Life.
Igby Goes Down.
That Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet movie. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but here, back to the conversation.
And I've lived in Santa Monica for almost 20 years, and we came out here for Claire to do My So-Called Life.
So we're guessing that when a show or a movie needs those photos, that you would be a source of that. Has that ever happened?
Yeah, no, oh, God, yeah, they come straight to us, and we have to, we used to rummage through each time all the pictures. Now we're organized, and we have them kind of in one place, because, a lot of them have family photos. Everybody, it's not just Claire Bear, so
yeah.
We had to kind of get out the Claire ones.
Yeah.
But what they do is they just shoot them again, and everybody's been very, very, very conscientious and careful. Nobody has ever lost a picture, and they send them back.
Well, I wonder when you see them in one of her shows or movies, like take Homeland, for instance. You're seeing these photos, which, were part of your family photos, but now they're part of the history of a character.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that strange?
Well, we're artists, and we're kind of used to taking parts of yourself, and it's only part of yourself. But it is a shock on sets to, as part of a set. It's like, ooh, there's Claire. There is a pull. But that's kind of par for the course. That's what actors do. They're always giving away part of themselves.
That must be strange, though, right, to see your family photos, if we're thinking of Homeland. So there's the character that your daughter is playing.
Yeah.
And then there's the photo in the background or wherever. That's your daughter, Claire.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's one in Homeland where she has a permanent, and she's standing in front of the piano, the rented piano. And so all kinds of thoughts come back about the lady who taught her piano. And, yeah, so I have a whole history that has absolutely nothing to do with Carrie. But like I say, it's not hard to separate. It's not hard for me to separate who's who. She'll always be our daughter.
Does Claire have... I mean, I think we all have awkward phases, and we have photos of our past that we're embarrassed of. Does she have veto power in what you submit to a show?
There's really nothing embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is that true? Come on.
There's no kids on fur rugs or anything with no clothes on, They're just kid photos. Hey, Bella! That's my dog. Bella! Sorry, I'm yelling at everybody in the audience. There's a squirrel in the yard.
Well, Carla, thank you so much for talking to us today.
You're welcome.
It's now the part of our show where we like to do nothing more than to tell you about our sponsors.
And support for our show this week comes from Blue Apron. Blue Apron partners with sustainable farms, fisheries, and ranchers to bring you all the ingredients you need to create incredible home-cooked meals.
They're unbelievable. They're absolutely incredible.
They're not credible meals. Do not trust these meals.
Ingredients come paired with an easy-to-follow recipe card delivered to your door weekly in a refrigerated box.
Whatever these meals tell you, even if you want to believe it, remember they are not credible.
Rediscover how fun cooking can be while enjoying specialty ingredients and exploring new flavors and cuisines.
Get your first 3 Blue Apron meals free, plus free shipping, by visiting blueapron.com/everything. I'll tell you, Blue Apron's great until you break up with your girlfriend and then you have to eat all the food yourself.
There's a lot of food you have leftovers, which is good, even if you're with somebody in a kind of a committed, loving relationship, and not a lone loser.
If your life is not fractured and torn apart, and you're left at your apartment receiving those boxes each week, reminding you that you once were 2 and now you're 1.
As if paying the mortgage by yourself wasn't enough of a reminder, or sleeping alone in a bed. BlueApron.com/everything. Oh, also Stamps.com.
We want to thank Stamps.com by reading this message they've written. Mailing and shipping can seem like a no-win situation.
A lot like love.
Trips to the post office are time-consuming, and leasing a postage meter is expensive. Maybe you need to go to the post office to mail boxes of your former partner's stuff to her house.
Because you can't bear to see her. Can't bear to be in the same 300 feet of her. It's also illegal.
There's a better way. Stamps.com. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package full of the books she left using your own computer.
Sign up for Stamps.com for a special offer, a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale.
Why she would even want those books? You gave them to her.
But now you have a scale where you can measure your misery.
Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone, and enter everything.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Shopify, the global commerce platform that helps you sell and show up exactly the way you want to. Customize your online store to your style. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/NPR. This message comes from Sun and Ski Sports, helping families make memories on the mountain. This Black Friday, save up to 50% on top brands for the outdoor adventurer in your life, with an extra 10% off select items online from November 19th to December 2nd. Visit your local Sun and Ski Sports to shop exclusive in-store offers, like enter to win a $200 shopping spree, or explore sunandski.com. Find yourself outside with Sun and Ski Sports. This message comes from Scholastic with the novel When We Flew Away from best-selling author Alice Hoffman. When We Flew Away is a stunning exploration of the little-known details in Anne Frank's life before she went into hiding. When We Flew Away by Alice Hoffman is available wherever books are sold.
If you have a question for us, as always, you can get it to us at howto@npr.org.
We promise we will read all the emails you send us, even the mean ones.
If the question you have is the same one we're about to answer in this next segment, don't send it in.
Yeah, hold off.
Just listen to this next segment.
Hey, Alexander. What can we help you with?
Well, I'm starting school in a few weeks, and to accommodate all of my books, I'm carrying around a giant bag with me.
Okay.
And it's wonderful. It does everything I need it to do, but it does have this Velcro strap on it. and sometimes I'll arrive to class a little bit late, and I'll have to open my bag to get some books out, and it is kind of loud. So I'm just wondering what the quietest way I can employ to open up a Velcro bag would be.
Do you have it with you now?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. So that was me just opening it up regularly. I thought a way to make it a little bit quieter, to muffle the noise, would be to open it up slowly, and that doesn't seem to work either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just extends the noise, doesn't it?
Let's hear that right up against the phone as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that's way worse. Yeah.
I thought it might help a little bit, but no, it just seems to kind of amplify the sound there.
All right, well, we're gonna see if we can help you out, Alexander.
Great. Thank you both so much.
Well, I think we have somebody who can help you, Alexander. It's David Aceta. He's at the U.S. Army Natick Soldier Research Development and Engineering Center in Massachusetts.
So, David, to Alexander's question, we figure soldiers could use silent Velcro. Has the Army ever thought about this?
The Army has, in fact, thought about this because we did recognize that was, a problem. So we did look into that, and unfortunately, we did not get the kind of results that would have necessitated a change in the way that we would use those fastening systems.
So you mean you were attempting to find a quieter Velcro?
Yes, and I think this would be a good place to bring in David Curran, who is one of our textile technologists who worked on the development of the silent hook and loop closure system.
All right. Hello.
Good morning. Dave Quorum here.
Hey there, David.
We've looked at hook and loop to see if we could silent it in the past. Back in, when was that? 2004. And they've had luck with making the hook and loop quiet by itself by pulling it, but once you attach it to a fabric, basically, the noise returns because you're further amplifying it through the back of the fabric.
We could edit this interview the way we normally do, where we try and make it sound like there aren't edits. We could also just do bad edits and cover them up with the sound of Velcro.
Oh, so we just stitch everything together
Yes.
with Velcro or hook and loop. Can I ask, were there any specific incidents that inspired this? Were there any soldiers out there who were confronted with having to open a large Velcro strap and it made too much noise and somehow compromised their position?
Well, I don't have any specific incidents where the soldier had problems in the field. It was just, I think at some point it was brought up as an issue, and we might have thought about that. This is just one of the things that we're looking to always improve items, that we needed to look at that.
Is it possible that it was just a general and he was embarrassed when he had to open up his bag and it made a loud Velcro noise?
Did you know that Velcro was invented by a Swiss guy who in 1941 he went on a walk in the woods with his dog, and he was fascinated by all the burrs from the plants that got stuck on his pants and on the dog.
Uh-huh.
And he looked closely at how they got stuck and came up with Velcro.
And he went home and made it?
It took 8 years.
Was his name Velcro?
No. Velcro is actually a hybrid of the words velvet and crochet.
Why? Was it made with velvet?
No, but it feels velvety and looks crochet-y, maybe.
It doesn't.
Steve, our other textile technologist who's done a lot of research into this, could probably provide some more insight to how much noise it actually makes, because we did study this and used sound meters to record how loud the separation of the hook and pile or hook and loop fastening systems were when you opened them. Let me put Steve on the phone.
Hello.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, but before I get going, I just want to say we got other closure systems, plus we use zippers a lot, metal and plastic, snap fasteners, metal and plastic, the hook and loop, and also the hook and eye, buttons, a lot of buttons.
Did you know that some astronauts put a little bit of Velcro inside their helmet to have something to scratch their nose against in space?
Oh, really?
It's true.
That's interesting because you can't, if your nose itches in space, you can't take your helmet off because you'll die.
Either way, your itch is gone.
Yeah, it's kind of like a nuclear option, I guess.
I did witness silent hook and loop maybe around 1986. It was from Velcro.
Really?
I did witness it. What it was is, from what I recall, it's a sample of hook tape woven on scrim with holes. It was held in midair, and when he separated it, it was about a 10-inch piece, virtually silent. You just hear a little, like just a little tearing if you put your ear right up next to it.
So
but
what?
The problem?
Yeah.
Here's the problem: when you put it on a table, then the noise comes back. So if you sewed it on a piece of fabric for a dress shirt or combat uniform, the noise would come back. So it's just futile. It's just you can't achieve it.
Well, it sounds like for Alexander, our listener who has this problem with his bag, if he was willing to just himself deal with a little more cost, some added weight of the dampening, and then he
wouldn't like that. Yeah, I tell you. Okay, it's not a good concept at all. I don't know.
If he could find a way, I guess, to suspend his bag in midair so it wasn't reverberating.
No, but if it's sewn on, that's what I'm saying. If it's sewn onto a piece of fabric, the noise is going to come back.
Yeah.
It's a real buzz.
It's suspended in midair. It's not attached to it. It's got to be attached to something.
Did you know that when they were doing the first surgery with an artificial heart, they held together the heart with Velcro?
Huh. Well, if you think about it, like kids who can't tie their shoes will just get Velcro laces. So if you're a surgeon who's not real good with a knife, you just use Velcro.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Did you want to know the noise? I
Sure.
did find out. We did that 2004 report. We found out that the decibel level of hook and loop is possibly around 90. Let's see, I wrote that down. 90 decibels. It's in between a lawnmower at 3 feet away and a food blender, which is 80 decibels, about 3 feet away.
Wow.
So it's in between those two. But the thing about the hook and loop is that it's quick and easy. If I heard a lawnmower going like for half an hour, it would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
But you're not going to hear this in hook and loop. It's just one little noise.
So maybe what Alexander should do is whenever he needs to open his bag, just make a smoothie, and that'll drown out the sound.
Or just go somewhere else, open up the bag, and walk into the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
Well, that does it for this week's show. What we learned today, Mike?
I learned that the military still hasn't figured out how to make silent Velcro, despite all the other advances that we have, like space technology, hovercrafts that they have. Still, silent Velcro is hanging them up.
You hear about, like, the Manhattan Project, right? Where 1,000 scientists working to accomplish this goal. The fact that somewhere on some secret base in New Mexico, there was a Velcro Manhattan Project. And they, after months of trying, they gave up. They said this simply cannot be done.
Yeah, I love that. I love that contrast. Whereas the Manhattan Project ends with a test where they blow up a bomb in a desert somewhere, and it's enormous.
And the Velcro Project, the ending of that is actually louder than the atomic bomb.
Yeah, there they are. Shoot them.
How to Do Everything is produced by Candace Mattel with technical direction from Lorna White.
Our intern this week is Dave.
Dave took us everywhere we needed to go this week in his recumbent tricycle.
It was interesting about Dave. Even everything he did was recumbent.
It seemed like he wasn't working, but he was just recumbed.
You can send us your questions. Send them to us at howto@npr.org.
Our website is howtodoeverything.org. I'm Ian.
And I'm Mike.
Thanks.
This message comes from Thuma. Create your oasis with Thuma, a modern design company that specializes in furniture and home goods. Thuma's core collection, the classic bed, nest dresser, and pillar bookshelf, combines craftsmanship, simplicity, and functionality, bringing inspiration and purpose to every home. To explore Thuma's entire collection, visit thuma.co or the flagship location in New York City. Pieces ship quickly and arrive straight to your door. To get $100 towards your first bed purchase, go to thuma.co. This message comes from Warby Parker. What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost, like free adjustments for life. Find your pair at warbyparker.com or visit one of their hundreds of stores around the country.